John Fry tried to find humor in his predicament. He put a child's pool at the bottom of his new deck as he waited and waited for a swimming pool that never arrived. The outline in the ground is where Fry's old pool once stood.
It's been very frustrating. I mean, I put money out to get a pool, and I don't have a pool.
Fry says he hired Patrick Michael Savage, doing business as Extreme Backyards, following the recommendation of a pool supply store.
He walked on water. You know, he was really a good guy and all this stuff.
Fry paid Savage $5,000 as a down payment. The check was cashed, but weeks later, when the installation day arrived,
I get a text from someone claiming to be his mother.
The message, as Fry described in a complaint with the Maryland Attorney General,
that he had a bad infection in his mouth and he had to go to the hospital.
The work got rescheduled. As the new date approached, another message.
I get a phone call from his phone with a woman claiming to be his mother, saying that his grandmother passed away.
Fry says he offered condolences and wanted to know when he'd get his pool. After receiving no response, he sent a message to Savage.
We sent a text saying that all we want from him is the truth, and if he can't give us the truth and let us know what's going on in a timely manner, we would seek legal action.
Fry finally did get his pool, but not from Savage, who he says never came back. Fry ended up paying more than $10,000 to buy it somewhere else and have it installed.
I'd love any of my money back. I'd really like him to not sell pools to people when he has no intention of putting one in.
In the age of COVID, Joffrey Hill wanted to be careful.
Having 4 medically fragile kids and my own MS, we didn't really want to be exposed to many people. So we said we'd get one on our own.
Hill also had to hire someone else to get his pool after already paying Savage more than $10,000.
He came up with excuse after excuse after excuse, never showing up.
There are other Maryland homeowners complaining about Savage and his business, paying him sometimes thousands of dollars for nothing, causing the Maryland Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division to charge Savage as an unlicensed home improvement contractor, accusing him of collecting illegal deposits, failing to provide services, and refusing to refund consumers' money.
Because he said he was licensed and bonded, and because he was recommended to me by a pool company, I didn't do a background check because I didn't think I needed to.
But good luck finding Savage. The I-Team has discovered 3 recent court cases where he failed to show up. In 2 of those cases, a judge issued a bench warrant for his arrest.
As far as I know, he's still walking around, flim-flamming other people.
Twice we tried contacting Savage at his Middle River home. We tried to reach him by phone, too.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
I am trying to talk to you about some complaints about you and your business, Extreme Backyards. No response.
I can't feel anything but frustration for him. A little bit, in some ways, sad for him because he thinks that this is what he needs to do.
Advice from the Maryland Attorney General's office: always verify a contractor is licensed through the Maryland Home Improvement Commission's website, and don't pay more than 1/3 of the total price when you enter into a contract. It is illegal for a contractor to ask for more at the start. These former customers say from now on, they will handle things differently.
Anybody needs to verify who they're dealing with before they deal with them. It's a hard lesson learned by me.
For the 11 News I-Team, I'm Barry Sims.
It is so frustrating, you feel, for those customers.
Absolutely.
And the state's Consumer Protection Division filed a motion for a temporary restraining order against Savage.
Yeah, a judge denied it. Savage is due in court in early August to face the state's charges.